Now in this video, I'm going to try to kind of pull it all together. I'm going to create a course that I'm going to give away for free, and I'm going to set up all the lessons, and I'm going to also set up some engagement emails on this free course. So I'm going to just try to use this as an example to kind of pull it all together for you to see how all these individual components I've been talking about, how they kind of all link up together in order to get your course online. So here I am in the back end of the website. Here you can see my course index page. I only have this one course right here. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go to courses. I'm going to click on add new, and I'm going to give my course a title. Okay, now that I gave it a title, I'm going to go ahead and set up some of these different course options right here. So I'm going to go into general, the course length. I don't like using that. Course difficult, I'm going to leave that where that is. I won't use a featured video. And right here, actually, maybe I should use a featured video. Why don't I use this? I have it right here. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that in. And just for fun, why don't I put it as the on the course index page right here. So I'm going to go ahead and enable that. I've actually never done that before, so we're going to see how that works out. For restrictions, I'm going to go ahead and not put any restrictions right here. Reviews, I do want to enable and display reviews. Let's go ahead and turn these on, all three of these, and I will display 6 reviews just like that. And right here, I'm going to put a message in for my enrolled students and my not enrolled students. Okay, I didn't really put anything in there because I'm trying to do this quick for you, but right here I said thanks for enrolling, and right here I just put learn now with this free course. All right, so right here I'm going to create an access plan. So I'm going to click on add access plan, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this all out. Okay, so I put right here free for a limited time, and for the button I put take this course, and I check this box that says no payment required. It's a free course, and I'm going to go ahead and click on save access plans like that. And now that I've done all that, let me go and click on update really quick, because I'm not going to be allowed to create an outline until I have clicked on update. So when I scroll down, now I can go ahead and create my outline. So I'm going to make one section, and I'll put 3 different lessons in this section. So just to be a refresher there, all you have to do is click on add, and then I'm going to click add new section, and then right here I'm going to name it. Now here's a little tip that I have discovered for myself. If it's going to be a course with one section, I just make the title of the course the title of the section. If it's going to be a course that has multiple sections, I usually have my first section be introduction or getting started or something like that. But it's hard to think of something logical to put there if there's really just one section to the course. So I just use the title of the course. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create section, and that's going to create it there. So now I need to add my lesson. So for each lesson, I'm going to click on add. I'm going to click on add lesson. I'm going to put a title. I'm going to put for the description, I just like to put video length or lesson length and a time, and I'm going to put those lessons all in this section right here. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that now. All right, I'm back. I just did that. It only took a moment or so to fill it out. And I want you to notice a couple things here that I think if you follow these tips, you're going to come across as more professional. So right here is one of the things. For all of your titles, stick with the same type of capitalization structure. So what I'm doing here is I'm capitalizing each word, and I'm doing the same with my lessons like that. Nothing screams unprofessional more than having some lesson titles be in caps, some not being in caps, and just having this inconsistent way of displaying your section and your lesson titles. And so I shoot for consistency across the board and for everything to be symmetrical. And that's also why I don't have these mile-long section titles and these mile-long lesson titles, so it all looks nice and tidy. So that is pretty much all we need to do to get this lesson put together. But you know what? I think I totally forgot to click Save Access Plans. You got to be careful. And I've done this before where I've created an access plan, forgot to click on Save Access Plan, but instead clicked on Update here, and everything I did with the access plan was lost. So let me just see what happens when I click it here. And okay, so the page is refreshing. We'll give it a moment. Hopefully I didn't lose my lesson stuff. Okay, so we have it all there. So we should be good. So let's see how it's looking so far. Now, it might not look perfectly symmetrical because this dimensions of this image might not fit what comes in next. So let's just click on refresh and just go for it. This is odd. For some reason, it's showing it broken down what it should show right here. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this, and I'll tell you the solution to it as soon as I come back. Okay, so I wanted to show you what the heck was going on here. So we have this issue where I should have a second course here, and it's doing this instead, and I don't know what the deal is. So I went into Elementor, I clicked on this grid right here, and this is the proper shortcode, but when I remove this option right here, it shows. This was supposed to limit it to just showing 6 courses, but if I remove it like this, it's going to show the one that I'm creating right now right here, and I'm sure when I save it, it will fix that. So this is actually quite bizarre why it's doing that. I'm going to have to check and see what the deal is. So I'm sure if you followed my prior lesson where I'm setting up all these pages on this website and we popped in that short code, it had that little bit there, and when I remove it, I can now see that. So sorry if you're running into a problem there. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, this problem will go away. So I'm going to save the course index page, and let's take a look at it right here. And you can see it doesn't actually come out good, this option there. So you know what? I am not going to use that option of showing the video right here. Let's take a look at what the course page is looking like so far. So you can see it did put my video in there, nice. I'm getting a little bit of a cut off on the sides though, which it doesn't look right. But let's look at everything else, and we're going to just tweak that. So here's my text where it says learn now with this free course. Here is what I set up, free for a limited time, course free. Here's my button. Here's my lessons, and you can see how my lessons are perfectly, they just look good together, and the navigation, it just looks good when I don't have lesson titles spilling into a second line or course titles spilling into a second line. So let's go ahead and start tweaking some of these things a little bit more. So I was running into the problem because I had this enabled, and I'm going to go ahead and disable that like that. And when I click on update, and then I go back to the front end, when I click refresh, I should still see this, but when I click on courses, there should be just a blank here because I don't have a featured image. And so this is kind of, remember I was saying how you really want to have all your featured images be the same dimension, because if you don't, you're going to have it all look wacky like this. So you can see here's this image placeholder which pushes this down, but as a negative result, it pushes this down, and it just doesn't really look that good. So I'm going to go back here and assign a featured image. Now, I don't have an image prepared, so I'm going to just go ahead and choose that same one. It'd be nice if it restricted so I could choose any of these and it would just kind of make it all line up and fit right, but it doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. I'm going to click on update. And so now it's going to use the same image right there, and it's going to look better. And this is also why I kind of like my course titles to all be a similar length. I'd prefer if this was a 2-line, it would just look a little better. So let me just do that right now because I'm weird like that. So I just added the words with WordPress. I'll do an update, and when I go to the front end and do a refresh, it should push there. So you see how it looks symmetrical. That's what I'm always after, but that's just me. You don't have to be a perfectionist like me. So now I can click in here, and I've got my course information right here. But actually, you know what? I probably will not want that featured image right here. Let's see if there's an option to remove it from here, because I want the video there instead. So let's go here. Okay, so I just looked to see if there is an option here where I don't have to use some additional custom CSS, and LifterLMS doesn't actually have that as an option. So I know on my website I must be doing it with CSS. Now if you had the paid version of GeneratePress, there's this area right here where it says disable elements, and the free version is just giving us this content title, so we can just remove that. But if you click on this add-on available, it tells you all of the elements that you can hide. And when you scroll down, one of them right here is the post image, and that would be that featured image. So that would make it so the featured image would not show here, and you can choose that on a course by course basis, because we'd probably want this video there only in the scenarios where we actually have a video. So you would probably want the featured image if you're not going to have a video, but if you are going to have a video, you would want the control to hide the featured image instead of showing, because it will just take up too much space here. So we're just going to have to roll with this right now. I can whip up some custom CSS to hide that featured image, which is guaranteed what I'm using on my site, but it would be kind of a global thing. I know how I use it on my site. I disable it globally via CSS. So why don't I show you that right now, how to do that. But then what I do for the spots where I do want to have it, I can just go ahead and click on add media and add it right here, which actually makes a lot more sense to me. So what I'm going to do right now is go into the lesson right here. I'm sorry, the course. I'm going to go into the customizer, and then I'm going to drop some custom CSS that's going to hide the featured image globally. So what I'm going to do is go down to additional CSS, and this is what I'm going to put. So I'm going to just put it here at the top. It could go at the top or the bottom, whatever makes sense to you. I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to write right here, display, and then let me get that in there right. And then right here, I'm going to type none. And there it is. That will hide that page header image on the course area right here. So that went ahead and did what I needed it to do. I'm going to actually go ahead and I will add an additional file to the download package that has this little snippet here as optional. I'll also put it in the show description text area here for this video on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and click on save and publish. That gets me what I wanted. And then let me get out of the area here, and let me get rid of this inspector I was using. And there it is. So this is actually how I wanted it to look. I wanted my title, I wanted my video, and then I wanted this this pricing right here for this free course. And then I have my lessons right here, and these lessons are completely locked. So now let's get back to this, and I'm going to put together my lessons. So let's see, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to first go to the first lesson, why create an online course. I'm going to do this page header bit, and I've already selected a video on for it, and it's just going to be a YouTube video. It's if it's a free course, you could just slap it as an unlisted YouTube video, and I mean, if it's free anyway. But anyways, here's my URL. I'm going to embed there. Click on the embed button. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and get the little snippet of code that it generated. I'm going to put that into my clipboard, and then I'm going to paste that right there. So for all my other videos, I just need to change out this little bit right here, which is the YouTube video ID, or you can easily just come back and regenerate it, whatever's easier for you. So for here, I wanted to add padding, change the container to full width, and that's all fine right there. And then I want to put in a background color. So let's start with black, and let's lighten it up like that. And what is it? 3's across. So I should remember that. So the color can be the same. So I have all that in there, and I'm not going to really do anything with these settings. Remember, if it's a free course, you do not use this option. This is for a paid course with a free lesson in it. I'm not going to have any prerequisites or drip settings or a quiz for it at all. And that is pretty much all the different options here. Actually, I don't want to allow comments. So let me uncheck that. I'm going to go ahead and click on update, and let's see if that worked for me. Actually, let me just go ahead and set up my other lessons. So before, I would always find my lessons by going to courses, but let me just show you by going to lessons. Since it's the most recent lessons I made, it's showing here at the top, but you can see this site already has 37 lessons. It's just too hard to find everything here. So that's why I like to go to courses and go that way. So we just did this lesson. I'm going to do this lesson right here, and I'm going to follow the same thing. I'm going to paste that in. Let's see, allow padding, container full width. The color is going to be that 333. So let me just enter that in right here. There we go. So the color is going to match. And then I just need to change that little bit right there for the video ID here. Okay, I have it in my clipboard and I can paste it right there. And hopefully that works. And no settings changed there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on update. And then I'm going to go back to lessons and I'm going to do the same thing for the hosting video right here. I'm going to turn on my padding, switch to full width, choose my color right here, which is 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's my color code, and I screwed up. I didn't actually copy my that embed code into the clipboard. So let me get my video URL and just generate a new embed code right there. And there it is, order new hosting. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste that right in there. And then I'm going to click on update. So obviously on these lessons, I'd probably want to put some written information here. That would make sense. But I'm just doing this really fast to show you how easy it is to do. So, all right. So now let me do my last little refresh. So first thing I need to do is enroll in the course. I got to click on take this course. And it's going to go ahead and enroll me. Why is it doing that without taking me to the shopping cart? Well, it's because I'm logged in already. So if someone's already logged into your website, they can click on that take this course and it's going to automatically enroll them. But if I wasn't logged in, and actually at the end of this video, I'll log out and show you. But if I wasn't logged in, it would have taken me to the checkout where I'd put my name and my email address. But now you can see I have access to these lessons here. Let me click on the first one and make sure I got it right. Yep, that looks how I wanted it. Let me click on this for the next lesson. Yep, that looks right. And let me click on the next lesson, and that looks right. So obviously I'd want to put some information here. So anyways, we have done a lot of this, but what we need to do now is set up an engagement email. And this is going to be kind of a welcome email. So if someone signs up for the course, we'll have it send this email. So what I usually like to do is send an email that says congratulations for enrolling in the course, and then giving them a link back to either the course index page or to the course itself. Or maybe what might be a good idea is to give them a link back to the first lesson, so you kind of get them back into the learning environment, taking a lesson. That might be a good idea. Anyways, what we need to do is click on engagements right here. And what we would want to do first is, it's that whole working backward bit. We want to go ahead and first create the email and then create an engagement for it. So I'm going to click on emails right here. I'm going to click on add email. And this is where we're basically creating the email that gets sent. So we can name this here. So what I would do is name this the free course welcome email. There it is, free course welcome email. Right here is where we would put the text of the email. Now, what we can do is there's these merge codes. And what this is if you want to send a personalized email where we call them by their actual name. Now, that's a dangerous thing because people might not, you put their real name in and they might put something stupid, unfortunately. And, you know, you don't want to call them by this stupid name that they've put in. And I actually see that. People give me their name. When I ask for their name, they put all kinds of crazy stuff in there. They put vulgar things in there. They put stupid things in there. They don't always put their name. And I would say only about half of the time they actually put their name. And it makes absolutely no sense at all to me. So anyways, right here, I'll just put some info in. All right, I've gone ahead and filled everything out. Let me just show you what I did. So first of all, I went to the text tab for my email right here. And this is all I entered. I entered, "You are now enrolled in Create an Online Course," which was the name of the free course that I just created. And I say here, "Your username is," and I used one of these merge codes right here, and it was the student username. And then it adds this, oops, let's get rid of that. It adds this little bit here, user login. So when this gets sent, it's going to show them the username that they chose. And then right here, I say, "To start taking this course, visit the syllabus here." And I put a link to the course syllabus, and they can see all the lessons and jump into them. This is just a little bit of HTML that will make the link clickable in their email. And you know what? I'll actually take everything I pasted in here. I'll take it and I'll add it to the download package. So you can just do that here, or you can click on visual and you can create a link how you would in WordPress in the visual tab using this link option right here. But I just use the text editor. I prefer it in here. And I said, "As always, I'm here to help you on this journey. I can be reached via live chat or via contact form on my website." And then I have a little bit of information here, which is fine. And so for the email settings, I put "You are now enrolled," and then I put the course title. And there's also this heading area, and this is just a small area above the actual contents of the email. And I just put this one big word, "Congratulations." And this is where the email is going to go. It's going to go to the student email address, whatever email they gave us. And I did that as well through the merge codes right here. And you can also, if you wanted to CC or BCC this email to you, you can put in you can just enter in a manual email address, or you can choose this admin email right there. So that is everything for the email settings right here. And so I'm going to click on publish. So now that I've actually created this email right here, I now want to go to engagements. And so I'm going to click on add engagement because I haven't created any. And so I'll just give it a title that kind of corresponds to the course so it makes sense. This engagement is going to send this welcome email to people that register for the free course. So this is what I'll put. Okay, so I want you to see what I did here. You see how I started it with free course right here? I'd recommend all of your engagements that pertain to a particular course that you have them all start the same way. So it could be free course, or you could put an acronym like FC or something like that. And what this is going to do is when you start having a lot of engagements, a lot of automation with your courses, and you click on here, this way you can easily sort them based upon the name of the engagement, and you can see all the engagements for each particular course grouped together. So here are our triggering event options, and so let's just go to the drop down here. And so we have actually a lot of options here. Now, engagements is not just for sending emails, it's for maybe giving people achievements or issuing certificates. It's for all sorts of things. So we're going to have quite a few options here. Now, for me in this situation, I want to just send this when a student enrolls in a course. But here's a lot of options here. You can see when someone passes a quiz, completes a lesson, completes a course, or anything like that. So I'm going to click on enrolls in a course. And now I get to select my course, and it's just going to show me the two courses that are here. And I'm going to choose the one that I want to tie it to. And then we need to choose the engagement type. So there's not as many options here. It's give them an achievement, a certificate, or send them an email. So obviously I want to send an email. And then right here is going to give me all the options of the emails. And here is the email right here, free course welcome email. So I can go ahead and click on that. And then right here, we can actually enter a delay if we wanted to. So you can kind of have some kind of automated email sequence that you send people based upon any of these event triggers. So if I wanted to send an email right now, right now I can either enter 0 or leave it blank. I'll put a 0. But if I wanted to send them an email tomorrow, I can change this from a 0 to 1, or however far out in the future I want to automatically send them emails. So there it is. I'm going to click on publish. And so now what happens is when someone enrolls in this free course, they're going to receive this email immediately. So now when I click on engagements, you can see we have our first engagement here. And this is nice. They give you some additional information here so you can see what the trigger is, and you can see the type right here, and you've got all these kind of links here. What's nice is you can sort this by title. So if every title that pertains to a particular course starts out the same way, it's easy to sort through them and see all these different engagements in a different view. Now, I will tell you that this video is going to be outdated probably within the next few months, in the sense that they are making enhancements to the engagements and the emails. So I know the emails for sure is getting an enhancement. The engagements work fine. I don't think they're improving the engagements per se, but I think with the way you can format emails, that's going to be improved upon. So you have more control over the design of the actual email that gets sent. Right now it's kind of plain, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be this beautiful thing. Right now it's a little on the plain side, but they are improving that, and I'm sure in a couple months or less, they're going to have more options for how you can style an email. I think they're going to make them look more like what you would see sent from your paid autoresponder services. So that is all there was to creating a free course with 3 lessons, getting everything loaded in there, making it immediately available, creating an engagement email. It's all set up, and now you're able to collect these email addresses that you can use to market to. I mean, you can automate a whole autoresponder campaign right here out of LifterLMS. You can just create your emails and have them auto drip out to people. You can also create all kinds of engagements to kind of get people re-engaged with your course. If you notice they're not completing the lessons, you can totally map this thing out based upon the various triggers and the engagement types that they give you, and come up with something that's really going to keep people coming back to your course, because ultimately you want to make sure the learner has success on your website. But anyways, I hope this video, I know it was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope it kind of pulled all of these concepts together so that you can see how they all work together.